Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by Peace Garage. Now today I'm going to teach you how to fix your own flat tire. So there's a lot of things you should be keeping in your car for safety. And one of the things that I found that is really necessary to keep in your car is something like this. This is a portable air pump. It's a Audew. It's the model CZK-3666. I love the 3666. Everybody knows me knows why. But anyway, this pump is great to have in your car. It comes in a great little carrying bag, and it has the 110 and 12 volt cord that you can plug in your auxiliary plug inside your car. Now having one of these is a great thing to have in your trunk. Just throw it in the back near your spare tire or wherever you want in your car and keep it handy, because there's a couple scenarios where this will come in handy. First, let's say you get up in the morning and you walk out to your car and you see your tire looks low. You get in the car, you start it up, and sure enough, your tire pressure monitoring system says that your tire's low on air and you need to add air. Now, since you're at home, you can use this to pump up the tire and get on your way to wherever you need to go. But you want to make sure that it's a slow leak. You're assuming that since you came home the day before and the tire was full of air and today it lost 10-15 pounds, there's a slow leak somewhere. But if you have to get somewhere, this will help get you going. You can even use this if you're going down the road and all of a sudden that light comes on and your tire needs air. The first thing you want to do is, as soon as you can and as safely as you can, pull off the road, preferably to a parking lot. Now, if you're already home, this will be pretty easy. Let me show you how it's done. So I'm going to use my air pump to fill up the tire. First, I'll take the cover off the valve stem, and on the side here, you have listed AC and DC, so you can either plug it into the wall or into your vehicle. Since I'm at home, I'll plug it right in, and the unit will come on. You turn it around, you pull the air hose out of the back, just like that. And you take this, it's got a little plug, and this clamps onto your air valve, so you just push it onto the air valve, clamp it, 21.5 psi, pretty close to what the car said, and all you do is turn it on. Okay, now you can set the pressure. I want it to go, I'm going to fill it up to 33. So you hit 33, it's going to blink, you hit start, and let it fill up. When it gets to 33, it's automatically going to shut off. I just take my hose off my tire, put my cap back on, and I'm ready to go. And if you have this problem at night, it does have a built-in light so you can see what you're doing. So this is a pretty handy device to have. When you're all finished, you put it in this nice carrying case, and I'll tell you, for what, 30, 35 bucks, this is a great insurance to have, and it gives you great peace of mind to know that you're not going to get stuck on the road with a slow leak and have a flat tire and have to wait hours for someone to help you. Great thing to have. Now let's talk about the next situation. You're driving down the road, and all of a sudden you hit something like a screw, and all of a sudden your tire's losing air. Well, you can fix this too. Now, since the screw is still in the tire, you're going to hear it as you're going down the road. It's going to go click, 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 click. You're going to hear that on the road. You can leave it there. Watch your tire pressure on your tire pressure monitor and just watch it. Because if it's in there, chances are it's sealing the hole a little bit. It's when it starts to wear out, or if it pulls out, that's when you're going to have a failure. So you want to fix it as soon as possible. So you pull over to the side of the road, and you're going to have some tools to get out. Well, this is because it's got a square head on it or a hex head on it. So you need something to get that out with. So you pull it out, and I'm going to show you how to fix it once you get it out. Now, of course, in order to fix something like this, you're going to need tools and some patches. So you can stop, and I recommend you keep the air pump in your car, and also get one of these tire repair kits. Stop at any auto repair store. They're on the shelf, $6-7 bucks. You'll have a nice patch kit for if you have a bolt like this in your tire. Now, whether you're on the road, you can fix this on the road if you feel like it. Pull off safely, you're far enough with the road, parking lot, whatever. Or if you're at home, you can either take the tire off, or you can leave it on the vehicle, jack it up safely. I fixed these on a car without even taking it off, so you can do it that way. But either way, you have to remove it. Now, you don't want to lose the spot where the hole is, obviously. So, I just put a circle, something, just whatever, just to make sure you don't lose the hole. So you know where that is. And I'm just going to pull this out. And right there, air's leaking. You can hear the air leaking. All right. So that's going to be your slow leak right there. And let's try and fix it while the air is leaking out. Now, in your repair kit, you're going to have a tool that looks just like this. It's a pretty ominous looking tool, pretty dangerous looking tool actually. This is used to roughen up the inside of the hole. Now, there was a screw in there, so it's pretty rough as it is. But you just stick this in there, and it can be used just to roughen up the hull of it. Okay? Now, this is only going to work. You should only repair a hole that's in the tread portion. You don't want to fix anything on the sidewall here. This sidewall right here, the sidewall carries the load of the car. And if you have a hole in the sidewall, you don't want to fix that. You have to get that fixed, replaced. Unfortunately, you have to replace there. Okay, so here we are. It's still leaking air. So you're on the side of the road, you're at home, it's leaking air. No problem. We take the next thing we have is our patches. The patch is simply a gooey rubber strip. It looks like this. Very gooey rubber strip. And that is basically fed through this other tool. And this other tool like this. You pull that through. So now I have, that's what it looks like. You have the material going straight through the center thing there, and this acts as a knife. The air is still leaking out of here, by the way. Let's give it a shot, see if we can fix it while it's leaking. I'm going to take this rubber cement. This also comes in the kit. I'm going to put my rubber cement. Of course, I got to poke the hole in there. Okay, it's going to leak like crazy. So this is going to do two things. It's going to seal up the hole, and it's going to act as a lubricant to help get this plug inside that hole. It's still leaking air, still leaking air. Then you take this, it's got a point on there, see that point? And I'm going to jam this in the hole. Now you can see how far I had that pushed in there. So now when you get to a point, you have it in there all the way, you push really hard, you'll feel it cut through the rubber, and then when you pull it out, it's cut. Now I don't hear anything leaking. Let me get something, we'll trim that up and we should be done. Now I'm just going to take a single edge razor blade and just clean this up a little bit here. Just cut the excess off the outside. And I'm going to leave a little bit in there because if you leave a little bit in there, as you drive it'll smush in. But that's it, all repaired. Now that the repair is made, I'm going to use the same tool, my Audew Tire Pump. I'm going to hook it up, see what we have for pressure. It's at 29 psi. This came off a BMW, I think it was up to 40. So I'll just put this on 40 psi, just like that. I'll wait for it to stop blinking because that's what I like, and I'll just turn it on. The pump automatically stops at 40. Disconnect it, set it aside. And let's check the repair just to see if there's any leaks. I'll spray some soapy water on there. No bubbles. Worked perfect. So here's a quick story for you. Last year I was driving the Northwest United States, and I was driving across Oregon. And if you know Oregon, 2/3 of the state is a high desert. Now, I really never drove through there before, but I'll tell you, I had a rental car, and the rental car had one tire that was pretty questionable. It was almost bald. I was really nervous to drive, but I had to get where I was going. So I drove across the high desert of Oregon, and when I got in the middle, you are in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing for 200 miles in any direction, and I was so worried through that whole trip. Let's say it was, I don't know, a good 5-6 hour drive through that desert, and I was worried that I was going to get a flat tire. And since it was rental, I looked. The spare tire was actually on the vehicle. I didn't have a spare tire, and I was like dying. I said, if I get a flat tire in the middle of nowhere, it's going to be big trouble because there's not going to be any help anywhere. No cell reception. There was nothing for 200 miles in any direction. If I would have just had a simple pump and a tire repair kit, I would have been a lot more relaxed. So do yourself a favor. Even if you're not going on a trip, even if you're just driving around town, or if you do have a commute or whatever to work, get yourself a pump. I'll put a link to this in the description of the video so you can see what this does, and they're pretty cheap. Amazon, you can buy them anywhere. And again, get yourself a tire repair kit at any automotive repair store and just put them in your trunk. It'll give you peace of mind because you never know when you're going to hit something and you're going to get a slow leak or you need to fill up your tire. In that particular case, I actually stopped in a town to fill up the tire. I had to, pump quarters in the machine just to make sure there was air in that tire, hoping I was going to make it the next 250 miles through that desert. I was really nervous. So give yourself some peace of mind. Get an air pump, tire repair kit, And I'll tell you right now, it will give me great peace of mind having this in your trunk, knowing if you do get something, if you do get a flat, you can fix it yourself. Thanks for stopping by Pete's Garage.